Hey, Tiffany and Bay, welcome to Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. I'm your host, CmdrAleon. Liddell, good to see you. And welcome, everybody. This is our new background. Yes, we have a new background here for the show. More appropriate. Yeah, I hope you all like the new background for the show, Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show, which we've always been. And blessed welcome to the show, all the new people, Dude, Broman. This is Encounters, where anything is possible. We're busting the matrix here on planet Earth. Star Lotus, welcome. Everyone coming in here, we welcome you to the show. It is a Thursday night on Encounters. We were taking a break last night. We do this every once in a while when we deem necessary. Hey, Crafters Girl Boutique, good to see you. You go, thank you. And so we love the new background, and here's kind of the spaceship. And hey, Lori, good to have you with us. Welcome. This is the show that's been on for over 3.5 years. Jennifer, HC, good to see you, sister. Lori, thank you for the heart. Anna, this is where it all happens. Anything is totally possible on the show. Say, good to see you. Angie B3, welcome. Salty Dog, good to see you. Everyone coming in here. Roxy Diamond, welcome to the show. It is a great day. We had a great day today. Red Dog, welcome to Encounters. I am Rogue, good to see you, Rogue. Survivor Girl, welcome, Survivor Girl. Everyone coming in here who's finding the show. If you're new to the show, welcome. Please share and like. We're at on the top of the screen. You'll see where my icon is. It says 567. Those numbers only go up on the likes if you tap on the screen. So we need everyone to come in here, and even if you're not being interviewed or whatever, you can be participants by tapping on the screen, and that tapping will bring the numbers up. So our goal is to get to, by 1 a.m., 100,000 likes. I know we can do it. And on the show, I'm a contactee. I'm a media person, former writer for Sedona Journal of Emergence. I've been involved in the UFO subject field for a good portion of my adult life, and I'm into the spiritual aspects of ufology, not so much the nuts and bolts of seeing a spaceship or a UFO and saying, oh, I just saw a UFO. So we get really deep here. We get into a lot of deep stuff about contactees. We talk about Atlantis, Lemuria. We talk about the inner Earth. We talk about the crop circles that people are seeing in different places in England and other places. We get into the real deeper parts of it. Hey, Jay and Jonah. Yeah, contact is definitely coming. And I'm going to kind of get into that a little bit because my information will go into between 2026, 27, the year 2030. So there's a whole big thing between 2026 and 2030. Now, 2030 is not that far away, and 2026 is not that far away. But between 2026 and 2027, we're going to get into things that are going to be happening. And I think these are things that you're going to want to know. Hey, Crafter. Oh, I thought you are the one that tells us real in depth what has happened to you. Oh, yeah, I'll definitely get into that, you know. But I do think there's a lot of stuff happening between now and the end of the year with the increased sightings, what I'm seeing from people, from their videos of UFO sightings. I think there's a lot going on, you know. And for me, being in the media for all these years, I look at different things to see if everything jives and everything comes together. So I might look at 4 or 5 different areas that are unrelated to each other regarding a contact or what years, you know, from everything from Bashar with Darlanka to a few other things, and then my own information. Kitty Cat, good to see you. Thank you for the sun. So we are not stuck in any one specific modality of information, although I always get my own information first and then I look at everything else. Yvette, good to see you. Good evening. Hey, 2D, welcome to the show. I don't know what the booms are, to tell you. I've been hearing people talk about these booms. I have no idea really, truly what they are. You know, so I haven't really been focused on it. I know some people are. I just haven't been really focused on it. Hey, Kyle, good to see you. Moo009, welcome to the show. This is Encounters. Welcome everybody. Iceman5798. Yeah, so 2026 is what we've always been going with, and I still believe that that's when a lot of people individually are having their own contacts. We see that now. I mean, you see people on my show that say they've been visited by space people. So there are people having individual contacts. Now, we can't gauge how many of those people around the world, because not everybody has TikTok or YouTube or Facebook or whatever. There could be people without any social media that are being and having contact, right? You have got billions of people on the planet. Do the math. There's got to be at least a lot of people that are having contact. Now, when I say a lot, it could be out of the billions, it could be millions of people having contact. Hey, Cynthia, Jackie F., good to see you. Hey, Rogue, so when I share information, again, because I was a news director, I look at everything, including my own information. I think it's healthy to do that. Fatboy11, welcome. Jetty, Triad Stands AI, welcome. Welcome all the new people. Pedro Johnson, welcome to the show. Ray, welcome to the show. Everyone coming in here. I got my apple cider going here. Is there a galactic war happening in our skies we don't know about? Now, I'm going to address that issue too without, I've not read any. I hear people on TikTok creating videos that they think there's a galactic war. Maru, good to see you. I'm going to give you my take on it. Hey, Enlightened One, good to see you, brother. And as I say that, someone's shooting off fireworks. So let's delve into the subject of galactic war. And some TikTokers here have created videos stating there's some galactic war. Now, there might be. There has been, like I said, from day one, the move to take all the negative ETs off the planet Earth. That is a given. I've talked about that for a couple of years now. And there's still some of those negative ETs, kind of on our planet, trying to blend in. But I don't think that there's a galactic war. I think there is a slight battle between these negative ETs trying to stay here and do their thing, and those that are here, the star people, are here to make sure they leave the planet. Okay, Ben, you should request Pinocchio. You need some assistance figuring out what's going on. Okay, I don't think that person, let's see here. I don't know if you're kidding. Are you joking around, Benjamin, or are you being serious? Because if you're being serious, I know a lot about what's going on. He's showing live video of UFOs. A lot of people are showing videos of UFOs. Are you serious? I think we need to let you go. I think Benjamin's going bye-bye. Benjamin just went bye-bye. We sent him into outer space. We had to just take a little read on him to know that he was a troll.
Can I interrupt you?
Yeah. I'll be right back, folks. No. They're fireworks.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, it's firecrackers.
Really loud?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was coming from the front.
Huh?
It was from the front.
It didn't sound like it.
Yeah, it definitely was fireworks.
Okay.
We are back. We were just determining what a noise was, and it was definitely fireworks. So it's good to see everybody here. The government wants you to think there is a battle in the skies. And that's true. The government does want you to think that. My feeling is there's not a battle at all going on. I mean, there was a battle a long time ago, but there's no battle going on above us. Right now, we're in a transformational stage. We're coming into a place where we're going to see contact, and it's already gradually happening. So when we talk about contact, understand something. It's gradual contact. They don't want to scare the whole planet. So if you're having contact physically, and some of you are, there's a reason why you're having contact, because you're ready for it. There's a lot of people that aren't ready for it. So they have to take their time. It's not like, oh, come on, guys, come on, land right now. It doesn't work that way. If you think it works that way, it doesn't. It's going to be gradual. They're not going to come in and scare everybody with a lot of spaceships. It's going to be happening on a gradual level. Okay? And it's been building up for a lot of years. It's not just this decade. Every single decade since the 60s, they've been building up to a point where there's going to be an actual contact. And we're hearing fireworks. It's July 4th is happening, and everyone's got their fireworks going here. Hey, Magic Moon, good to see you. Are people being taken out to a safety zone? Yusef, can you expand on what you mean by safety zone? No, we didn't. We got some storm here in New England, but not too bad. Other parts of New England got hit pretty good. Yeah, Litchfield County. Jay and Jonah says, I haven't had contact, but for some reason, when I try to forget all this, something pulls me back in. That's because you can never be pulled out of it. You can never just live a normal life, because there's something within you that knows what's going on. And so as much as you want to kind of pull out, you're pulled back in because you're probably a starseed. Even though you don't know you're a starseed, or you don't know you come from somewhere else, I think Jay and Jonah, that's probably what's going on. Thank you, Autumn. Let's see here. Paranatural shoes the stars and you can see stars moving, but he is not sure about ETs. A person named Paranatural? Is that a different person? Huh. Yeah. Yeah, it's been pretty consistent, Magic. Yep. I've been pretty consistent about the contact thing. I've never changed on that whole subject. And there are other people that actually contribute to the idea of this is happening. So if you look at a number of people in the subject, including people like CmdrAleon with Bashar, if you follow Bashar a little bit, or other collaborations, there's a lot that goes towards 2026, 27. And 2026, I haven't had contact, but for some reason, when I try to forget all of this, something pulls. I read that already. Let's see here. I'm trying to catch up on messages here. Hey, Shelly Stardust, good to see you. We're doing great there, Original G1. Good to have you with us. Oh, it's a different channel. Okay, very good. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, Yusuf, I think Yusuf. So if you want to decode what the rapture is on a galactic level, the rapturing is the uplifting of the whole planet to the next frequency, what we call the next vibrational pattern. So it's an encoded word, and if you decode the word rapture on a cosmic level, what that word means is it's the actual lifting of the planet into what they call New Earth. So we're not going into a separate Earth somewhere else. We're not being taken somewhere else. We're going to still be here. Everyone's going to be here. I'm going to be here. We're all going to be here. We're just going to be operating in a different vibrational pattern, which is going to transform and change the planet. Let me say, it's somebody in queue here. Just so you know, you have to be over 18 to go on live here. No foul language, no cursing, no smoking, no drugs, no drunks on the screen, no paranormal discussion, no religion, no politics, no trolls. And above all, my big thing, no negative people. If I find negative people in here, then you're going to be blasted into space like you wouldn't believe. No negativity at all. Let's see here. Let me see what I got in here. And we have Pablo. Let's see. Pablo wants to come on. And let's see. Hopefully we'll be, hopefully this is not a troll, but a real person. So first, before I bring Pablo up, Pablo, can you tell us a little about yourself? I haven't seen any comments in here, so let's see if Pablo is actually here. And hey, Lynn, good. Thanks for the roses. The commander is very tuned in on his live here. Hey, Stardust, thank you for the follow. Sneaky, everyone coming in here. I don't see a Pablo making any comments, so no comments, no go live. Has anyone ever done astral? Hey, love, remember, it's good to see you. Hey, Midnight Angel. Well, I'm glad you found us. We are a spiritual UFO show. We actually do a show here, not a general interactive contact of people yelling at each other or whatever. So we've been doing this for like 3.5 years now. And I'm a contactee. I've been involved in the media on the subject for years. So welcome. Do you believe the Anunnaki are returning? I believe all the star people are returning, not just the Anunnaki. The Anunnaki work with all the star people. They are star people. Although the Anunnaki seem to have their name used a lot. People, because they have a lot of history there. The History Channels of all places, Ancient Aliens has talked about them. A lot of different programs have. The Anunnaki are ingrained in our history on this planet. But yeah, I think not just the Anunnaki, you're going to see a lot of different space people returning. Hey, Roxy, I can attune to that. So now what we have to do is not just look for, objects in the sky that are non-terrestrial. We now have to go to the next level, and I think the next level in ufology is the contact level, the level where we all realize that it's not just about seeing a UFO and saying, wow, I saw a UFO last night at 2 a.m. That's good. What'd you get out of that? You saw the UFO at 2 a.m. What happened? Right? The goal is now to get it deeper. And I always like to get deeper into the subject. I want to talk about people that are being taken on board spaceships. And I have had people on here who are definitely having that contact. I want to talk about, the spiritual aspects, the cosmic aspects of where they come from. Who are they? What planets do they come from? Let's get real deep. The fact that they live on our planet within the inner Earth. The fact that in Antarctica, there are bases, space bases in Antarctica where space people live. I mean, this is all inclusive in our own society. We have a planet that is a multi-level planet of activity. We have a planet that has not just human beings on surface living here, but we do have space people living on our planet. How many people knew that? How many people in 2025 even knew that there are space cities in our oceans, that there are space civilizations living in Antarctica, that they live within the inner Earth, what we call the hollow Earth? How many people knew that? We've been so focused on seeing, the subject of UFOs and the metallic objects, we forget the fact that there's intelligences behind those objects that get them from point A to point B. These things are not, well, some of them might be unmanned, but how many people even know that? You see, I'm way past the whole thing of what do I see, a metallic object. I'm now to the point where I want to see contact. I want to encourage contact. I want to see our planet be contacted by the positive space people that do exist out there in the whole universe. And they do. And they're here now. Many of them are here now. Some of you already know that. I don't hold any punches. I'll just say it the way it is. I don't have to go on 10 websites to figure out whether there are space people coming here. Why would I want to do that? I already know the information. I don't have to read a book about it. The way I've said from day one, I've said it before, we are the cosmic book. If I open a chapter in my book, I can tell you anything I want to tell you. I don't need to read a 500-page book by somebody who's a well-known author to find the truth out. Once you open your own book up, you don't need anything else. That's all you need. So I'm way past that, man. I'm here to bust consciousness open to a wider area of consciousness to understand the greater areas. Hey, fine, good to see you. Hey, Acid TV and Rosa are even coming here. So for me, can we do anything to help them feel more comfortable here? And we'll make contact. Great question. So if you want to make space people that are peaceful from other worlds to feel comfortable here, we have to get our act together. You see, they watch the way we, from their space, they watch us. And I can tell you right now, as I do my live, whether people believe me for the last how many years or whatever, if anyone knows me, I don't care what people believe. Right now, this show being broadcast is being watched in space on spaceships. They have what they call monitoring systems where they can monitor my broadcasts whenever I'm on. They can see everything that's going on. They can read every comment on the screen. They see everything. I don't even have to try to interact with them. They're there. So I'm way beyond the whole thing of whether they're going to be coming here. I have a relationship that goes beyond whether or not I go, to somebody for the information. My relationship is like this. So right now, as I'm talking, they are communicating. They're right there. They're watching every single thing on the screen, and that means they have multiple ships off planet that are watching this show right now. So you're at the right place at the right time. You're on the right show at the right time. You're just totally in the right place. They're watching us all, Leslie. That's right. I always tell people they're not just watching me. They're watching every single person here. They watch how we act. They know our vibrations. They know everything about us. Yeah, they do. And me, I've been very comfortable knowing that. They can watch everything. And they'll tell me the things I learned about myself in my contact with my space people. Evidently, the things that I don't ever think I'm really that important. I've always told them I just think I'm just a regular person. I'm not that important. But they say evidently I'm really important because what I'm doing evidently is doing something not many people have done on this planet. I'm actually raising the vibration, helping the planet, and we all are. But evidently there's something that I'm doing that they say is extraordinary. And they know they say I'm on a microphone when they see me on here. Now I'm not on a microphone. If you want to call the little mic on a phone a mic, in a way, yeah, I am on a mic. But they watch the broadcast. They can see everything we're doing here. They can see the interactions I'm doing, and evidently they think I'm doing a pretty good job. Sometimes I question myself, which is always a good thing. But from their perspective in space, Commander, you're doing a good job. And that's putting it simple. That's putting it simple. And probably that's why my spirit can never be broken. I've been through enough things on this planet, on social media, off social media. I just keep trucking along. I just keep going forward. I just keep moving up the mountain. And I'm doing that for the whole planet, not just for myself. I'm doing it for everybody. Because if I can help you find a better way to understand this subject, the best way is to have direct contact, to understand how to make the contact, how to do it, You bet. Thank you. Hey, Stargate, we're doing good. I hope you are too, And it's come to the point now where things are getting serious, you see. And I have a sense of humor. I kid around a lot. I do. I honestly do. Leslie, thank you. But I also am very serious about what's happening here to the planet, off planet. I might kid around a lot, but this mission is serious. This subject is serious. What's going to happen to the planet is serious. To the whole human race, to every life form on the planet, from the animals to the sea life to the marine life, to the flowers, the bees, the trees. Everything here is serious. And we cannot be diverted by things that are totally trivial and unimportant right now. I'm not. I don't want you to be. Being focused, being meditative, taking time to be silent, taking time to go within, not listening to your brain 24 hours a day or 8 hours a day or whatever it is. It's time to get serious, folks. And if anyone tells you we're not going to have contact, don't believe them. People already are having contact. Individual contacts are happening, even with people that don't have this kind of technology. Okay? There comes the train. Let's see, LRN Live Love. I'm going to bring LRN Live Love on. Hey, good evening. How are you?
Hey, everyone.
Good to have you with us.
Yeah, absolutely. Hold on. I'm trying to turn my... There we go. Yay, it worked. I think it worked.
You're doing
I don't know
good.
how good
You're
this
doing
sound's
good.
gonna be. So I am underneath my favorite tree.
Oh, good.
And anyway, I was taking or I came out to do my pictures of the moon, and I don't know if y'all can see.
Oh, yeah.
To the right, it's been moving away, and hold on, I'm gonna zoom in. I'm gonna have to set the camera down, and I'm gonna zoom in as full as I can. There we go.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Now, that object you say is moving?
Oh yeah.
Look at that. From your vantage point, can you tell us what the color of the object is as you're watching it?
Hold on, I'm gonna try to stand really still. It's like a...
Oh, wow.
I don't know, it was changing. And it did have like this kind of like light... It sucks because I can see it. Excuse the language, I apologize.
No, you're
It
right.
stinks because there was a really nice, almost arc. Have you ever seen sometimes when stuff, it almost looks like water is trailing behind it?
Yeah.
On either side, that's kind of what it looked like. Yeah, but you can see it is moving away. And I'm sorry about I'm right underneath the street light, so that's why we're getting
I
some.
understand that. Yeah.
This was really cool.
Is that the street light there or the moon?
This is a street light right here.
Can you get in front of the
And
street
that's
light?
the moon. So this is what it looks like if I'm not using my other camera. I'm sure that looks like some light refraction that's going on right here.
You're right, there's light refraction, yeah.
Yeah, but if I use this camera and I've got it zoomed in all the way and I'm going to go, there's the moon.
Yeah.
And then there is, and you can tell that's not light refraction. That's not,
Right.
it's not moving.
Could you walk in front of that pole where the light is, away from the light? Or is that facing one way?
And see, like, try to block the light out. That might actually be kind of smart. Duh.
It's a good thing I'm here to help you.
Oh, yeah, let's see if this works. Oh, well,
There it
so
is.
we still have that light refraction kind of going on right there,
Right.
but...
So there's the light refraction, but there's also the object right there.
Yeah.
How long have you been watching it?
Literally, oh, did you see it just blink, like our flash really bright? It did a second ago. That was really cool. And you could see it is moving slowly, but like my arm's been in the same spot.
Yeah.
And I'm trying as hard as I can to...
You're not using
balance.
earpods, are you?
No, I don't. I can't get my Bluetooth to connect to... There's a helicopter coming up behind me. I'm sure you guys...
Oh,
wait, what is that flash?
What is that thing? Wait a minute. Whoa, wait a minute. That looks like it could be
No, that's... I don't know what that was. What is that? What is that?
Wait a minute.
So that's kind of what it looked like when this thing first started to the... Is that some sort of... Hold on, let me try moving the camera. Let's see if it comes back to the same spot, because there's no new light that would have interfered with... But that's exactly what it looked like when that first one, I saw it leaving. Oh yeah, there's, I just saw another little flash really close to the... Yeah, people, they're light refraction. But that one is definitely not light refraction. I wish I could zoom in more. I wonder...
Yeah, as you put the camera close to the camera, we can see it better. There you go. Right there.
So you can see the light refraction in the bottom left-hand corner. Oop. So it's moving. It's just moving really slowly. And then that is light refraction above it. I think that's what that was originally. You can see
Yeah, it's light
I'm
refraction.
tilting the
That's
camera
what
this way. But
Yeah.
this one is not. You can see it stayed constant the entire time we were. I wish I could get, oh, let me see if I can. It's so hard to hold a phone out in front of you, and
Yeah.
I'm trying to hit it with my thumb so I can get it to focus. Come on. My hand's not big enough.
One of the people in my
Well,
own
anyway,
says
I did just
to-
want to share. It was really neat. Like I said, there was a really cool kind of. Look at the moon now. That looks really weird. Why is it
the
doing
moon,
that?
yeah. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you why. But someone said try to communicate with it and see if it'll come closer.
So that's odd. I've had that happen before when I. That is super strange, and there's too much light to show.
Yeah.
I see whenever that happens, I have to zoom out and then try zooming back in again. But yeah, no, there is a lot of light pollution here.
Yeah.
Huh, and it won't shrink again. That's interesting. And we also had some drone. Oh, there's one. I don't know if you, well, hold on. You're not gonna be able to see it until I turn
You
it
have
on.
some light refraction
Right there.
on your camera. But that I can see that. Let's see. That's really weird. Wait a minute. Don't move it. That's weird. Look at that. That's not a plane or a jet or something? That's interesting.
So, and if I zoom out, I don't know if it's still going to show up as much. Probably not. Hold on. It's right above that light in the sky there. And it is moving, so I'll have to...
Yeah, stay on that. Don't move that. Stay close. Let's see that. Don't move the camera.
I wanted to zoom out so you guys can see that it's not a light refraction.
Yeah, that's blinking. Let's look at that. We'll do some analysis on that. That's interesting. That's really weird.
Yeah, and they're all coming from the direction of the moon. So I've seen like 5 or 6 of them. And then they're moving.
Now the one that's blinking, just for we want to take out all the conventional aircraft. It's not a jet or plane, correct?
No, it is not.
Is it a helicopter?
No, you guys heard the helicopter earlier. Or at least I think you could, but it was behind me. See, now it's gone, and they keep moving from the moon, which you can still see that one.
Yeah.
But they keep moving from this direction, like where the moon is, and then I'll see that same type of... Wait, is that another one? Hold on. I'll see that same type of kind of blinking light going this way and moving. That's all light refraction. But,
Is that one
and then
still there that
it
was
disappears
blinking?
that way. And I see this activity probably 3 or 4 nights a week. So, but I've never seen what I saw next to the moon. So it has disappeared.
Okay.
But if you wait another, sometimes they'll almost be on like intervals. Oh wait, we got another one. Hold on. Let's see. The light's interfering with it.
Are there any military bases? Someone's asking. Any military bases nearby? Look at that one. Is that one of them?
Yeah.
Did that thing just pop out of nowhere?
Yeah, headed from the direction of the moon. It's funny, right when I was like, we were talking about communicating, I was like, yeah, right from the direction of the moon. And now we just got another one. So, and then once they get past the electrical poles, because I have zoomed in.
And from your vantage point, someone's saying that's
a plane.
Yeah, they're saying it's a plane.
Well,
I
I
don't know
can
enough.
show you. I had a better camera because this is absolutely
Okay.
awful equipment. But I did have my telescope and a better camera.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And what's interesting about them is there's two. The lights are on them. They're vertical, so it kind of reminded me of something from like Star Wars almost.
Yeah, I'm echoing. I know I'm
I know
echoing.
I'm
I'm
echoing.
sorry. I don't know why that's
happening.
And I don't even know if I don't think I even have them on here, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, so if I had my better camera, the other thing that was interesting, which I know I've showed you before, there's a lot of these really cool light refraction, but like in geometrical shapes. And out of the smaller circle is where I'll see them come, and it's really hard to see on this one. But when I tell you the lights are vertical, so the two dots run directly. And I do have this one on video and it is a better quality, despite the fact it was misty outside.
What state are you located, by the way, for all our people watching?
I'm in Georgia. I'm in probably like 2 hours from Atlanta.
Okay.
I guess it would depend on traffic. So, but either way, it was very interesting. I wish I hadn't moved from that one spot, and if I would have been able to come up really quickly when it first started near the moon, that was super awesome. And I wonder if it's still, because there's the moon. And let's see if I zoom in. Because, normally you can see, oh, yeah, it does look like it's still there, that little teeny dot. But it was really neat to it literally came from the moon, and it doesn't look like it's moved much. At all. But normally, what is it, Mars? I'm not using an app. I'm just using this is just my camera.
Your camera, okay.
So I literally just opened the video camera on my cell phone. That's it. No apps. And it's starting to get kind of like misty out, which I was curious if anybody else has ever gone outside and started filming or shooting. Has anyone else noticed that it will get like foggy or misty out, or is it just me?
Good question. People can answer that. People are watching.
I'll notice sometimes the temperature changes, and but oftentimes, especially in this area, I'll set up with my telescope, which I don't have on me this evening. But everyone who works at my local grocers knows me.
Oh, okay.
I was actually on Half Pint's live stream, and I was standing underneath that tree. I love it. It's just, there's something about it. We all have to ground, and it's very an odd place for such an old looking tree to thrive in a parking lot like this. And all of a sudden, the wind just started going crazy, even though nothing else was moving, just underneath, while I was standing underneath the tree. And like my whole dress, it was moving like it was just the most bizarre thing I've ever experienced in my life. And it went on for a good 15 minutes. It was very interesting. So yeah, I was about to say there is a planet that's next to the moon, and I was going to mention that, and I was going to say normally Mars, but this actually moved, and I'm sure you guys have all like zoomed in on the orbs, and they almost look like they're spinning kind of balls of light, and they flash. That's what this one was doing, except when I first literally I just came outside to ground for a couple minutes when the store closed, and it was such a beautiful night. And someone said they were doing fireworks that they could see from the parking lot, but it's kind of late, so they must have ended. But yeah, I was just standing there, and literally right when your live started, I could see this huge bright light. It looked like an orb moving, and I played around with it for a couple of seconds. It definitely wasn't light refraction, and then it had that really cool kind of trail to it when you saw the almost like geometrical shapes. That one evening when I'll have a lot of traffic, when I was set up in my different spot, it is very bizarre. I'll get these circles and like cone shapes, and the circle will actually like vibrate, change, and even bend and fold, and then you'll see like either dark spots, they almost look like some sort of like black matter, or ships or orbs that come out from it, and sometimes stuff that looks like angels, but I'm not gonna say that's what it is, because who knows what it is. It could be a bird, it could be this, but yeah, normally Mars you can see, but this is one of those like spinning orbs, and it would be so much easier if I wasn't holding. What I should have done is, I thought I had recorded it, and I would have been able to sit in my car and show you the video recording, which is a really big bummer, because it looks so neat when I had first started, and it definitely did not.
Yeah, that's what happens. Sometimes they just do their thing,
Oh, well, I guess actually you can kind of. It's so hard to see. It's not that. Let me go back.
Now.
So this was at 11:22, and you can see that it's definitely. Oh, hold on. Sorry, guys. It's blinking. It's definitely not Mars.
Now, is that the same object that you said was moving earlier?
Yes.
Okay.
Actually, you can see it moving. I was holding the phone, and I actually had to move the phone to catch up with it. So, yeah, it just kind of looks like an orb here. I was like in awe. Yeah, you can see it is
as
moving.
I'm looking at
I
that
did
object,
have to.
the object we're looking at is from echoing. It looks kind of bluish colored.
Yeah, there is a blue, purple, white. I didn't see any reds in it. Or green this evening. So sometimes I'll get a flash of green when I'm looking at the orbs. Sometimes. It's probably my fault, the reverb. So, but anyway, I will drop. What a bummer, because it probably would have been too hard for me to hold. I wish if I would have had my other camera, it's much easier to hold it up in front of my phone. I actually have a special camera that's will help with the light pollution. It's a special night vision camera.
Oh, interesting. So. Okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming up here. We'll do it again.
I appreciate it.
Absolutely. We appreciate you too. I'm following you on the show here on the Encounters.
Oh yeah, no, this is my, like I said, this is my backup.
Your backup?
I normally follow you on with my main, which is Lizzie Hightower. I have for years. So but the camera on this phone is absolutely atrocious, the one that I'm using to speak with you. And to try to switch the accounts and everything.
I got you.
And also I've got Wi-Fi and data on this phone and not the other one. So.
Oh, okay. All All right.
All right.
Well, Lizzie
Thank
Hightower,
you,
good to
Jackie.
see
Thank you, everyone. I appreciate everyone. Sorry for
You're
interrupting,
good.
and happy
No,
4th of
you're not.
July,
This is
everyone.
you're not interrupting. This show's about inclusiveness and all that good stuff. So no, I appreciate you.
Well, and happy hunting to everyone, and look up, and God bless.
There you go. There you go. Lizzie, I'll let you down. Thank you very much, Lizzie Hightower. You're watching Encounters, and this is our new background for the show. How do you like it? Encounters, and we always have been the spiritual UFO talk show, and we love the new background we're using here, and we'll probably use this forever until something other than that comes crazy. So good to have you with us. One of the things you'll learn about the show here is that, thank you there, brother, is that I am not your typical UFO talk show. I don't care if you go to the Discovery Channel or History Channel or ABC or whatever. You're not going to find me doing the traditional UFO nuts and bolts talk show. I'm here to bust the matrix. I want to always produce something that's out of this world. I want people to think out of the box. I want people to stop using their brain and being very intellectual about the subject, because frankly, to be intellectual about UFOs is to be frankly intellectual about UFOs. To be non-intellectual about UFOs or the whole thing, and to realize that there's something greater going on, that's pretty cool, to be understanding of that situation. Hey, thank you, Melly Bell. Melly Bell, good to have you with us. Good to have you with us, as always. Thank you, original G1. You'll find out that the commander doesn't take garbage from anybody on this planet. You'll learn that pretty quick. One thing, not only am I able to listen and have this wonderful love interaction with people, but I am also a light warrior. What does that mean? If you go the wrong way with the commander, you're going to be thrown into outer space in 2 seconds. You see, that's the one thing that my love weapon is, my light warrior. You see, not only am I a talk show host on the subject, but I don't put up with any garbage. So if you're coming here, welcome. If you're here for the wrong purposes, you will not be here too long. Yeah, too many so-called know-it-alls, Commander. Yeah, they don't know it all. You're absolutely right. I've seen too many people that think they know it all, and I say, whoa, you know it all. You got it all figured out, do you? Wow. Thank you, K. Smith. I thank God that my ego hasn't taken over my human consciousness. And we all have an ego, but I just tend to say, ego, just, step aside. Let's just, leave it alone, We're all learning, that's right. What I love about this show, I learn from you, because I don't know everything. And I learn from everybody out here. I think we all do. We learn from each other, I've seen people on here that think they know it all on scientist type things. There was this one guy, he's a scientist, and boy, he went all over the place on subject matter, and he's like, he knew it all. I mean, you can never win an argument with him because he just knew it all. When someone knows it all, what else is there? How are you going to learn anything if you know it all? There's so much about the universe that we don't know, and there's so much we all want to learn about. What are we going to do when we have contact with space people? We're going to want to know more things. When we start meeting the space people from other planets, we're going to say, oh, wow, what planet did you come from? Well, what's life on your planet like? What do you folks do? What do you eat? Where do you travel to? Have you been to other planetary systems or galaxies? What's that like? We have so much more to learn. That this is just the infancy of what's happening. We're just getting into the very nitty-gritty beginning of what's going to be happening. Augustine Anthony says, hi, Commander. How does a UFO phenomena and spirits, ghosts work together? They don't. I'll be straight honest. From day one, for years, even before I got on here, I separate the paranormal of the ghosts and the UFOs. I know some people have both happening. I've interviewed people that have both, but I do separate the topics. I don't want to mesh everything together. There are people that know a lot more about spirits and ghosts than I'll ever know, and I'll leave it to those folks to talk about it. Me, I'm old cosmic. I just separate it all on that specific area. Do you think things have been here for centuries underwater? I believe that the space cities have been here for billions of years, not even centuries. I think that the space cities have been here way before we were for billions of years. Our planet's billions of years old, and therefore I think that now I don't have to go to a website for that. I'm just giving my projection. Hey, Bobby Rocks, good to see you, brother. I do believe the space cities have been here for billions of years. Thank you, Acid TV. The one thing that you'll find about me is once in a while I'm more interested in people's documentation of their spaceship sightings or people call UFOs, and I'll go and I'll see a UFO video on here on TikTok and say, wow, I'll tell you the person that's a massive, amazing picture or photo or video. It's I look at things from a good thing I'm not brainwashed by all the websites out there, on the subject, because there's a lot of websites out there for years before we had TikTok, and I hardly even go to any of them. Why should I go there? I mean, I've learned to be telepathic many years ago, so I can communicate off planet and I get information downloaded. I don't need to go anywhere. Why should I go anywhere? If I've been given the God-gifted ability to be awakened, at least for my ability to take messages, even though I don't see everything that people see. Some people here say, Commander, I was taken on astral projected on a spaceship. I saw everything, the ship. I don't see that all the time. But for me, I have the opposite. Because I'm telepathic, I get the information. That's why I'm able to share information that is not going to be totally found everywhere else. People say to me, where'd you get the information? I'm like a cosmic book. You get the downloaded information, I share it with you. Now you get the information from me, and maybe it'll be shared to somebody else, Thank you, Jared. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you're amazing, too. You're all amazing. She's still doing her thing. And just like anybody else, she's going off planet quite a bit. I haven't been on her live or anything, but I can sense energy. I know she goes off planet quite a bit. She's another person. There's a number of people on here. No matter what anyone thinks about her, you can't deny the fact that she's documented for the last 3 years her being taken off planet. She's documented everything. If you just stick on the documentation, that's real. Just as much as everybody else out here who's documenting their sightings, orbs. I know who all of you are. You're documenting things. So, yeah. And it's really important that people realize no matter what you think about a person, you can't deny their documentation. And we're not here to be, like I said, one of the things I don't like is getting involved in these things without getting too deep into it. We just need to stay very much focused on the light, focused on the facts that people are documenting and people are being taken off planet. And I know many of you are having different experiences. And if we just stay on that foundation, we're much better off to stay on that foundation and get out of the garbage can, so to speak, if you know what I mean. So, but she's doing her thing, and she's going off planet. I don't go on her lives. I might watch from a distance once in a while, but she is definitely a real person that's having real positive encounters with the Ashtar Command. There's no way around it. So whatever anyone thinks about it, you can't deny that reality. You just can't. All right. And just like I wouldn't deny the reality of other people who are having experiences, those are the key things. And this goes to the greater situation that many of you are having experiences who are in here. You might be having visitations. You might be having astral projection onto a spaceship. You might have been seeing crop circles. You might be saying, Commander, I just had for a whole week a spaceship over my house. CCSUZ, I need an implant removal. When do you do this? I haven't been doing it for a while. Yeah, I think I might do implant removals again soon, but I'm really focused. I'm not so much focused on the implant removals right now, but I'll let you know when I'm going to do a show on that. I might just do it like a part of a show on that in the future. But like I said, we need to stay focused on the much greater things, which is our planet, what we're doing to our planet, the people that run the planet who shouldn't be running the planet, and what they're doing to destroy the planet. Is we're here to be the caretakers. Yes, I've done implant removals. I've documented them on my show on my YouTube channel. I haven't done them for a while, but I do implant removals. And enough people here have seen me to confirm that I've documented the implant removals. You know who you are. And I drink apple cider. What's an implant, Lori? Implants are things that negative ETs put into human bodies. They're used to monitor the person that they put them into the body to. Our military, or the top secret parts of our military involved with the negative ETs, have worked with the negative low vibrational ETs and implanted humans. I can't tell you how many implants I've taken out in the last year, in 2024, but since then, in early 2025, I took out many implants. These are not good, and they need to be taken out. Essentially, in my documentation, I've destroyed every implant I've ever taken out. Just destroyed them. How would you know if you had an implant? Usually, it might be a bulge in your arm. It could be something hard in the arm. It could be something that's moving around in your body. That's called a living implant. A living implant is something that the ETs put into you, the lower vibrational ETs, and it can move around. But it can be destroyed, but it has to be stopped and neutralized first. How do I remove implants? And this is where it gets tricky, because if I tell you how I do it, you might either believe me or you're not going to believe me. But for those here who've watched me take the implants out, tell these folks that what I'm doing is real. So I use the palm of my hands, and I've been gifted with the ability to use beams of invisible light, which I shoot through the screen to the person that I have on the program with me. And basically, it takes me a few minutes. Once I locate the implant, I take the implant out and destroy it. I absolutely destroy it. Now, if you never see me do it, it's people that know me, who have watched the show, see me take the implants out. You tell my audience it's legit, because I've had people witness what I do. Not many people can do what I do, but I can actually destroy implants over my live broadcast here. It's virtual, and it's both. In a way, it's both, because I'm using the palm of my hand here, and what I'm doing is I have the person go into a meditative state, closing their eyes. What I have them do is breathe in and out about 3 or 4 times. And then what I do is I locate the implant. I actually send beams of energy into their body. I find the implant. Once I locate it, I neutralize the implant, and I take it out of the body and totally destroy the implant. And when I first did it, I wasn't comfortable doing it, but I'm very comfortable. I feel very, very comfortable taking out the implants remotely. And we'll do one night. I'll do an implant removal, like a half hour of it or whatever, maybe. We'll plan a night when I'll do implant. The one thing I'm really leery of is people that have no implants that will come up and try to trick me into doing something and say, you never took anything out because I don't have one. So I've got to watch out for the cosmic jokers that would try to discredit what I do. Can someone have an implant and not know it? You could, but if you have an implant, you'll feel it. If you have something that wasn't in your arm or something like 5 days ago, that could be something else. It could be a bug bite. Hard to say. But if you have an implant, people tell me what it's like. Melly Bell. Yeah, so you probably might have an implant. One night we'll do some implant removals, and you'll know when the implant's out, because I'll destroy it. I'll totally destroy the implant. So not only am I a UFO talk show host, but I have some abilities that I've been gifted with that I humbly use very carefully. I don't do anything else but take out implants. I don't do anything else. Well, that's the only thing I do with what I've been given. The problem with implants is that they're used to lower your vibration, and it's used by both government agencies working with lower vibrational ETs, and it's done to keep track of you, which is not good. And also, when they want to come back and abduct you, that's what the implant is used for, so they can track where you are. James, I would love to do it. James, and one night I'll plan this out so I can focus my energy on it. Not tonight, but I do, like I said. Yeah. So a lot of the women that are implanted, they're taken on board lower vibrational ET spaceships. They have hybrid children for the lower vibrational ETs known as the Zeta, and they get to see the children according to some of the documentations on the History Channel I've seen over the years, docudramas or whatever. But they're not allowed to keep the children back on Earth. They can't. They have to leave the ship, and the children have to stay on board the ship with the Zeta, and that's what they do. Are these? Yeah, there are YouTube. My YouTube channel is Ash Truckman Spaceship News. You'll have to really do some research to find out which shows I have that I've done implant removals. On my main page here, I have a woman who I had on my show a couple months ago. I have a little clip of her talking about how I removed her implant, and it's been documented. You'll see it on my main page. Goober says, but removing the implants, they won't be able to find their parents when brought after contact. Now, the implants, it's not so much finding their parents. The implants are there to control the person that they're implanting. In terms of finding their parents, if the hybrid children were let to go free back to Earth, they would find their parents. The implants are there to control the human being, and so they can monitor the human being that they've implanted. There could be, on an implant, people have had scars. Excuse me. People have had scars. I mean, I've read stories about that. How can you tell how fast I'm vibrating? Speedometer. Kyle, I think you know how fast you're vibrating. You're a pretty smart cookie, man, brother. I think you know. You're tuned in pretty good. Melly Bell, I have none. Okay. Ethereal, welcome to the show. I might have missed this, but are the children birthed as they are on Earth? The children, what they do, the Zeta, they take I'll be very careful how I word this. They take something from the female to create the hybrid children. And they do it on the ship without there being a parent. So the hybridization of the DNA of the Zeta and the human DNA are combined to have the hybrid children. So the children might have similar eyes to the Zeta, but they actually have human DNA. Mm-hmm. I'm just reading your comments here. Yeah, I know a lot about these things. I mean, I've never been abducted, thank goodness. Well, then again, I don't operate in a lower vibrational frequency, or just I'm just not susceptible to it. Thank goodness, I've just been always working with the higher vibrational ETs or space people. Okay, why do implants? I love the questions. You're asking good questions to learn here. So understand something. There's lower vibrational ETs, and then there are the star beings, which are the positive people. Those are the ones I work with. Ashtar Command. That realm covers all the different galactic groups of light. The lower vibrational beings are Zeta, some of the reptilians, and a few other groups. So as you're learning about the subject, you're going to find now that more people are having positive experiences than what was traditionally the abduction experiences for the last 70 years. If you read books by Bud Hopkins, the late Bud Hopkins, who I knew he was a hypnotherapist, he dealt mainly with people that were abducted by ETs, lower vibrational ETs. Dr. John Mack, who was in Harvard, he died many years ago. He was a person involved that had group studies with people that were abducted by lower vibrational ETs. So there have been studies, there have been people that, and I'm sure there are groups now that get together, abductee groups around the country, around the world, that discuss their experiences, you know. But yeah. You know, so there's a lot going on. The subject's very vast, a lot of stuff happening, and you just have to look at the whole thing. There's a lot of stuff going on. And if anyone says like they know everything about the ETs, if someone says, I know it all, you all got it wrong, I got it right, you don't got it right. If you think you've got it all right, then you got it not all right, because no one human being has the key knowledge of every single aspect of what's going on here. Nobody does. You know, if they were to be honest, nobody does. The fact of the matter is, you do have positive space people here now. They've been here for billions of years. You do have space people coming to Earth that are coming here to help our planet. You do have that. And if you don't realize that exists, then you're missing the cosmic boat. You see, you got to look at the boat in a much bigger boat. It's not a little boat, it's a big boat. You know what I mean? That's right, David. Once you think you know everything, you know nothing. And there are people here that are ready. That are, not only are they ready, I know some people in this room that are having contact. My friend Enlightened, he's having physical contact with star people. He is. I know a lot of people that are having contact. I know a lot of people that aren't having contact that love the show. Doesn't mean you're never going to have contact. It just means you're not having it right now. Can we reproduce with space people? Of course you can. You know, when you meet your star family and when contact happens and you meet somebody from another planet that you fall in love with, you can definitely have a relationship just like here on Earth and produce children that are going to be whatever that planetary system's from, that person's from, and your Earth. So your biological DNA will be integrated between that star being and the child you have with them. Yeah, absolutely. Great question. Yeah, the thing you have, Goober, is the best thing to do is to explore it. Don't wait. Don't wait to see it. Make it happen. You see, that's the thing. If you're going to wait to see it, you're never going to see it. If you don't wait to see it, you will see it. What I'm saying is you got to jump in there and jump right in there. Just go for it. You know what I mean? When you jump into something, then you're going to start seeing it. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's a lot of unfortunate stuff like Original was saying. There's people out there, and especially with the AI on YouTube, on here, there are people that are AI creators. They create these fake spaceship videos coming over somewhere, and then someone gets on set and they create the video and they say, I just saw this thing go. This guy on TikTok. He says, and now I see this. And now I see the guy's creating AI videos that are fake, and then he's pointing at him like he's scared or something or whatever. And there are people on here that do a disservice to the community because they create these fake things, and some people that don't know anything are going to say, "Wow, that's really cool." You know, until they find the people that do know what's happening. Yes, I did. I actually did speak to Whitley Strieber at a UFO conference, and I didn't like him. I'll tell you why. Whitley Strieber, he wrote his book. I know about his experiences. I didn't like Whitley Strieber. He had a very standoffish attitude. When I was going to do an interview with him back in the day when we didn't have TikTok and all this, I was going to do an interview with him on on a camera with a TV camera, he wouldn't do it. I don't trust him. I think the encounters he had weren't. He might think they were enlightening. My read on it is that he wasn't dealing with, a positive situation. And if they were positive, they wouldn't have done the things they did with him. It would have been way different. I don't think the beings. Now, I don't think they were very high frequency beings. I got a very bad vibe from Willie Strieber, so I never really, I don't care too much about him. I'm being real honest. Why is the government hiding UFO? Well, not just one government. Every major government in the world's hiding stuff. The reason why they're hiding it because they think the adage is the answer that most people will tell you is, well, they think that the public's not ready to hear the truth, or the public is not ready for all this information. They're not ready to know what's happening, right? Personally, the public is ready. The people that are saying the public's not ready, and there are even people in the public that will say, oh, we're not ready to see this. We're not ready to see, we're not ready to have contact. We're not ready to see a bunch of spaceships coming from all over the world or whatever coming here. We're not ready. We're not ready. When are we ready? So, all the people say we're not ready. When are we ready? When are we supposed to be ready? 100 years from now? 20,000 years from now? The fact of the matter is, all the people that say we're not ready, you better get your act together. Hey, Bobby Ross, good to see you, brother. If you better get your act together, man, because they're already here. Even if you don't see them or experience it for yourself, they are here. Don't take my word for it. I'm just one person. Don't take my word for it. And the ones that think it's never going to happen, you're going to be shaking in your boots when it does happen, because you're going to be the one that says, oh, this is not going to happen. We're not going to have anything like that happen. No, it can't happen to Earth. Why would they want to come here and visit us? That is the wrong perception and attitude for one to take. Because it's going to happen, brothers and sisters. Whether you like it or not, they're going to come. You can hide in your basement, hide in your attic, go in a cave. They're going to be here. No, Michael, I have not. It's not really been my main focus. I know about it. We've discussed it here, but very interestingly enough, I haven't really focused on that too much. So I would say to all the naysayers, all the people out there that might be here that don't believe anything like this is ever going to happen, or that there's going to be any space people coming to Earth, or that there's nothing out there that exists except our planet and human existence of human intelligence, and that this is the only world we have, and once this world's gone, we go nowhere else. I got news for you. Breaking news. You're wrong. Wake up. Shake up and wake up. Because I'll shake you, and shake you until you do wake up. You can count on that. I feel like Egyptian music when they get close, and I don't even know what it is, but somehow that's interesting, David. I'm reading comments here. Yeah, they are. They're just afraid. If they laugh it off, and when people laugh at the subject, if someone laughs in your face or virtually on a live and they laugh about it, that's because they are afraid. They're totally afraid. If they joke about it, that's because they're afraid. To be honest, if they were to face their fears, they wouldn't be afraid anymore. But those people are afraid because they just like, oh no, I got to tell jokes. I got to just, this is not going to happen. They're afraid. See, I'm amped up tonight, folks. I am very amped up here. So watch out. Let's see here. I'm just reading comments right now. And all these things, like there's a lot of information, people talking, whistleblowers talking, and there are people whistling. I don't think people are afraid. Some don't believe in Bigfoot doesn't mean they are afraid. They might not believe in Bigfoot, but they also could be afraid. Because when you don't have to believe in something, that's fine. It's a free will universe. I actually understand that. There are people that don't believe sincerely in things. But the fact is that the Sasquatch, the Bigfoot, or whatever you want to call it, do exist. There's been documentations all over the world of these things. Some people call them the abominable snowman. Down south, they have a different word for it in some of the southern states, in Louisiana, in Canada, or California. They call, the Bigfoot or the Sasquatch. Just like we exist, the Yeti, yep. So if humans exist, how come Bigfoots don't exist? Oh, you believe in Bigfoot? Okay, interesting. So any human being out there that doesn't believe that the Sasquatch exists, maybe we don't exist. Maybe we're just an illusion. Maybe we don't exist at all. Maybe we're just like a figment of our own imagination. Maybe we're right now in a dream, thinking we're on TikTok, but we're not really here. But the fact is, we are here. We're on TikTok. We are interacting. We're communicating. We're having a discussion. And it's a pretty good one, too. Do you think when they finally reveal themselves fully, some may harm humans? No, they won't. The space people that are coming LS to the planet are the higher vibrational beings. The star people, they will not be harming the humans. The ones that harm the humans were the Zeta, a portion of the Zeta Society, the reptilians, not all the reptilians, but a good portion of them, and a few other lower vibrational ETs. But no, when the star people come here, and they are coming here, they're not going to be doing anything. If you've seen videos before contact of saying that these star beings are nasty, mean individuals that look like monsters, don't believe any of the stuff you see on YouTube or here or anywhere else. It's all a bunch of lies. Not true. I sometimes respond if properly and I am not disturbing others. Let's see. Bobby Rocks. If anyone gets hurt, it's because they are running and falling down over. I got you, brother. Let's see. I think you mean something WACH other. Hey, Jersey for Life. Good to see you, sister. Do I believe in tiny ETs? I believe there are extraterrestrial intelligences that are small. If you want to say like as big as maybe a foot or 2 feet. I believe they come in all. I think space beings come in all sizes. Oh, the fairies, yeah, would be an example. We can use the fairies as an example of an extraterrestrial species. Absolutely. I think my wife tonight, or in the other room, said she saw a sparkle of light, and it looked like it was a fairy. I didn't see it, but she was telling me about it. We were sitting there in the other room earlier. I said, "What'd you see?" I just saw this golden light, and she thought it was a fairy, so I went with it. Yeah. Now I've seen golden lights. There'll be times when I'm not thinking too much, and I see golden lights, sparkles of light coming through. Oh no, yeah, definitely, Debbie. I don't talk about it on here, but they do exist. I don't ever talk about it here, though. I want to show you guys something. I think I can show it here. Let me see. I'm going to show you something here. A picture. This is going to blow your mind. Now I'm still up in the air about it. Check this out. Can I show it? Check this out. I can't show all the names on here, unfortunately. I'm not showing all of them. I just want you to see that picture here. Take a look at that. That's not the whole thing. Take a guess. Take a guess what you're looking at, potentially. like you said, the commander does a lot of quiet research here. Let me show you a better picture. Hold on a minute. Wait till you see this. I'm going to show you a better picture. Mm-hmm. It's on here too. Oh, darn it. It's not on here. I am bummed out about that. Let's see here. Give me a second. Well, I can't unfortunately show it to the way I want to. Let me do this here for a minute. I'm going to go back to yeah. There we go. All right. I'm going to I will actually put it on my other camera, but I wanted to show you all the pictures of that picture, but I was not able to do it, unfortunately. I'll show it to you tomorrow night probably. You're only seeing a small portion of those pictures. What you were saying is potentially when I did some stuff here, I said create an image of what I think, and in relation to cosmic family off planet. Now, when I get to show you all the faces, it's going to blow your mind. You know, your mind's going to be totally blown away, guaranteed. And believe me, I spent a good portion of the afternoon playing with this, meditating, communicating, and it's just a beautiful thing, man. Yeah, I will show the full image. I thought I had it on my other camera. Um, but I didn't put it into the other camera, so I'm going to have to save it into the other thing here. Bobby, because it's just a beautiful imagery of the space people, so you're gonna get to see that, brother, and it's pretty cool. There's a lot of things that can blow people away. That's just one of them. Let's see here. I'm just reading comments here. Welcome everybody coming in. Good to have you with us. 420 Californian, welcome. Shamama, hey, good to see you. Let me see if I could send that picture to my other phone. Let's see here. Am I able to do this thing here? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to try to send this thing here. What did I just do? Hold on, I'm just switching back. All right. No big deal. I'm just doing some technical stuff here, but it's okay. And if you want to be a guest on the show, you've had any experiences you want to share about? Oh, she is, Roxy. Okay, Teresa. Hey, Teresa, we'll bring you up here. Teresa, come on up on the guest box. It won't let me bring you up. Go into the guest icon and I can bring you up on the show. Let me see if I can. Let's see here. Oh, there you are. There, Teresa. I got her. I got Teresa up here. Hey, Teresa, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
We're doing fantastic on a Thursday night.
So, one of these days I will come on on camera, but I've got bedhead from laying in the bed.
No, no worries. No worries.
But I've had something that happened on June the 12th. I'll never forget it. And to kind of give you some background, I can have my anxiety and I can have like mild panic attacks. But on June the 12th was when Israel started bombing, Iran. And I was really, really, really disturbed. And it was just really, really eating at me. And I had gone out after one of your shows that night. And this may sound corny to some people, but I literally was sitting in my chair and I was like, please, God, please, my Christed star family, please, watch over us. I've got two young granddaughters. I want them to fulfill life. And I was just really stressed. And matter of fact, a
Mm-hmm.
friend of mine, um, who is on here, Karen 55, she can vouch how stressed I was. But I was sitting out and in my chair, and I happened to look up, and I saw three lights come appear, and they were like not in any form, but they did end up taking a form that, looking up at the sky, it looked like maybe it was like maybe 3 inches long, but
Wow.
the three lights were one on top of the other with like
Oh, wow.
an inch in
Mm-hmm.
between each light. And all of a sudden, my anxiety went away. And this is going to really sound crazy because I don't ever admit to crying because I just don't like that. But tears
Right.
were rolling down my eyes, and I watched them. And whether it was space, my star space family, or coincidence, I don't think it was a coincidence. I thanked them. And then the lights went more into a circular shape,
Oh,
and
wow.
then they all just went off in separate directions.
Interesting.
Yeah. And that's the first time I can honestly say, other than when I was a kid, when I saw that typical UFO saucer shape, that I have ever had something like that happen. And for the longest time, I told my friend Karen about it, but it was so deep and so personal that I've
Hmm.
held on to it for this long, because it's kind of like, I don't know how I can explain it. It was something that I just wanted to keep in me
Yeah.
and live it. And now I'm finally to the point where like I can actually share it and don't feel the need just to keep that. To
Mm-hmm.
it was so deep and it was so moving
Mm.
that that's why I wanted just to kind of bathe my soul in that memory.
Yeah. And of course, and you should definitely. Did you feel like when you saw the objects that it was like they were there to have contact with you, or did you feel like they were potentially what we use the word star family, like your star family showed you that they're there, that they love you?
I do. And
Yeah.
that I think that they were trying to relax me and let
Hmm.
me know that nothing that god awful with the war and everything is going to happen. It was like they were there to say, you know what, it's okay. Everybody's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But
And they're right. I mean,
I calmed
that's
down
what
immediately.
you calm down. Yeah. Yeah. And you're right because you're getting telepathic messages telling you everything's going to be all right. That's so it's like if they were standing in front of you, they'd be verbally talking. It's like they're telling you everything is going to be all right. It's going to be all
Yeah.
right. And very calm voices, they'll tell you that, you know. So they're on that ship or those three different craft, and one of them is talking to you from one of those ships, and then they disperse and go on their way. But before they did that, they brought you to a sense of peace and harmony, correct?
Correct. Correct. Because the when it went out that Israel first started the attack, I just like started going into panic mode. I
Yeah,
have PTSD anyways, but I have never felt so calm and so reassured in my whole life. It would
yeah,
be like if I was a little kid and my grandpa and grandma were there to protect me and hold me. You know, it was that kind of a feeling.
yeah. You know, it's a beautiful thing, and they'll know when to make contact, like they did that night. You know, they'll know. This is the thing, like what Teresa's saying. They will know. Depending, they can hear, they can feel your emotions. The space people are tuned in to everybody. Whether they decide to communicate with you for the first time is up to them, based on the vibrational patterns. So
So,
if your vibrational patterns are so high up, they felt your emotions and they communicated with you that way.
I honestly do believe that they felt the despair, and I'm literally not speaking out loud, but thinking, you know, please, 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 you
Yeah.
know, help us, you know, and I think that's what that was. You know,
Hmm.
there was like a half to three quarters of an inch in between each one of them lights that went straight up and down, and it I was awestruck, calm, and felt so much love. I
Mm.
did. And some people, none of the people here on your show, because everybody's so great, but you know, other people would think, you know, I totally lost my mind. But I
Hmm.
know deep down in my heart that that's exactly what that was, and that's what they were doing
Yeah. Well,
at
of
my
course,
lowest
when
moment.
at your lowest moment, right? They came to give you some comfort, and that's what the star people do. They can do that. You know, it's not a matter of when they can do it. They can do it whenever they want.
Yeah, but
It's pretty
anyways,
cool.
I just wanted to finally share that. It's like I soaked it up for, well, it's soon going to be a month here. July's going by fast, but
Yeah.
um, I cannot describe how I walked back into my house with a whole different at peace feeling.
Yeah. As well, you should, because what happened?
So, but that's it. You know, it may not be much to some people, but to me, it was everything.
No, it means everything. Hey, look, you have a valued experience that maybe no one else had, but you have that experience. It's pretty phenomenal.
And I'm so grateful that I was given that.
Yeah, I think you were, and it made you feel different too in a very positive way. Correct?
Oh, yeah. Oh, you wouldn't believe the difference that it made. I was so much at peace after that.
Yeah, see, that makes a big difference.
Yeah.
Hey, Teresa, thank you so much for sharing that part of you. That really means a whole lot to not
Well,
just me, but to a lot of people out there.
yeah. Well, thank you for letting me share it. And everybody, they are out there. I feel it. I feel it deep in my being.
Yeah, yep. And that's the way you should, and that's where it comes from. You see, it's not that we think about whether they're here. When we feel they're here, the feelings are way more important than our brain. Our brain is like all over the place, but our feelings are right inside of us. That's the main place, right?
Exactly. Exactly. And at that point, my emotions and anxiety were at the most rawest that, I felt in a long time.
Yeah, yeah. No, I believe that. So I want to thank you again for bringing that, being honest about that, and bringing that to the show. I think it's a really important thing that you did. Let's see here. Alrighty, I want to thank you again for being here with us. And is there any final things you would like to share on that still, or?
No, just that I want to personally thank you and my friend Karen, 55. She's the one that brought me to watching you,
Oh
and
wow.
and I do appreciate you letting us all tell about our experiences. I really do. So I love you guys. I love Commander. It's amazing, and I'll never forget that feeling. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I couldn't be here without you. Without you, I would not be able to do my show. So I appreciate you. Thank you so
So
much.
you're welcome. Thank you.
Okay, everybody, Teresa, give her a round of applause for sharing her experiences. That's what it's all about here on Encounters. We're here to bust the matrix as always. And welcome to the show. If you're just tuning in, we have another less than 30 minutes left here on a 4th of July holiday season. If you're in the U.S., we reached 100,000 people right here. We'll be right back, folks. Stay tuned for more on Encounters. And we are back with you here on Encounters. Welcome. And it's now we have 101.200. Tonight we had 2,200 people join us at 11 o'clock. We had 2,200 people view the show. That's amazing for almost in almost a 2 hour period. Mike Fisher, welcome. Good to see everybody coming in here. David SPL, let's see, Alfred. So if you have a story to share regarding the subject, we'd love to hear your story. Haven't had any latest spaceship news reports, although there are some people here on TikTok that are recording some phenomenal spaceship news out there. They're really getting into it, or recording a lot of documented video footage. That's happening now too. Michael Fisher says, I saw two of those Buga spheres about 10 years ago. Pretty interesting, Michael. So evidently these things have been around way longer than currently in 2024, 2025. And the fact is, it's interesting that people are documenting them now, that are recording them and seeing them as if they want to be recorded. Oh, we always have spaceship news, Jedi. We always have spaceship news. Okay, someone's live recording someone right now. Who's live recording someone? I'm going to go back to who's doing the live recording. Tricky Dick, take care. Bob, let's see. Are you still calm? I'm going backwards on all the things here. Are you still calm? Let's see here. Going backwards on the comments here. Anyway. General Alley Cat. I'm going live shortly to discuss UAPs, UFOs. General Alley Cat. Good, General Alley Cat. That's a good thing that there's more people that are discussing UAPs and UFOs. So I salute you for doing that. I think Latch 650, welcome to our show. Oh, Kevin 11. Kevin 11, you're recording the show, Kevin 11. Bob, I think it's Bob Surgeon Morris. Bob Morris. I don't. Some of these people, I have no idea what they're talking about. This Bob Morris says, "What do I have to do to get a contract? Contract with what? ABC News or WWE Wrestling? What are you talking about, Bob? You're watching Encounters. Just so people know what channel are on here. You're on Encounters, which is, just to remind people, a spiritual, as it says right behind me, UFO talk show. So yeah. Anyway, had 4 the chrome orbs this morning in broad daylight show themselves. Oh, let's bring you up here, brother, sister. Gen X, Alley Cat, come on up. All right. Watching Encounters, we're very spontaneous here. Gen X, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me. It's my first time ever checking you out. I just was scrolling across the FYP and I seen your live and I had to check you out.
Well, we're glad you did. We've been on here for 3.5 years now. I've been involved in radio broadcasting. I've been involved in the subject for a lot of years, and we're glad to have you with us, man. There's a good-looking guy behind the screen.
Oh,
welcome to the show.
Yeah, I've been experiencing these things, I guess, noticeably for about 4 years. Back when my divorce started in 2021 is when I started seeing the stuff. I kind of wish now that I didn't have those glasses on, so to say, but
yeah,
it's one of those deals, I guess. You know, I don't know if I'm a chosen one or if I've had an encounter when I was younger that I don't remember. But I'm literally getting ready to go live here shortly. They're out. There's a couple of them out right now. I'm sitting here looking at the surveillance of the stuff right now, looking for them.
Do you have cameras? Do you have cameras set up to watch this stuff outside of your perimeter?
I do.
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see if I can flip it.
I always ask that because I have a few of my friends here that have been on the show that are friends now. They have security cameras and they document everything just by those cameras.
That's exactly what I do. I originally got the security cameras for my divorce because my ex was making up stories and It was the only way to prove my innocence. But
Yeah.
like this right here is interesting. This little, I don't know if you can see that little guy right there.
Yeah. What's that?
It's an orb of some sorts. This is the moon over here tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But this guy here the other night, I've got video footage I recorded. I don't know
Oh,
if this
wow.
thing's a protector or if this is a bad guy or what, so to say. But there were two other entities or forms of something, and it was like they were attacking this thing.
Really?
Yes, I've got video footage. I've got to post it up. But the one almost looked like a let me flip you back around here. It almost looked like sort of like an octopus. It had like, or a jellyfish. It had tentacles, and it would bounce on this. It would pounce on it and just like it was electrocuting it or something.
Oh, wow.
I don't know. I'm sure you're familiar with like nanofog or whatever they call it.
Mm-hmm.
Them little white orbs or whatever that fly around out here. I don't know what they are, but it's like they descend on me for some reason, like they're trying to get at me. And on my cameras, I've had some spiders that even in the dead of winter, these spiders come back. I've taken and gone out and knocked their spider webs down and everything,
Yeah.
and they come right back. I don't know if they are like perimeter protect. I don't know, honestly. But
Now, how do you feel? I always like to ask my guests, how do you feel when you see these things? Are you feeling like, do you feel the energy of positivity with the orb? What are you getting out there?
Honestly, I have that feeling of wanting to know. I want answers. So I shouldn't probably do it, but I try to antagonize them. I try to get them.
I don't think you.
Try to
I don't think you
encounter
want to
with them.
antagonize them. You try to. I would say instead of antagonizing them, I'd say go peacefully and say, are you spiritual? A spiritual energy of light from outer space. It's all the way you approach. I've been involved in this thing for a lot of years, so I know
Mhm.
the way to approach it. So I'd be very diplomatic from now on and say, look, I'm sorry if I antagonized you. I'm really trying to figure out who you are and where you're from. So if you approach it that way, see if you get a telepathic response, or if you're positive, say, can you brighten up your orb light or something, or change colors, something like
And
that.
that was what I've talked to him, but then I make myself sound crazy by saying I go out and talk to him. But make yourself present. Come down here, talk to me, do whatever.
Yeah.
And I'd take an abduction to get answers. Honestly, I would trade out being abducted for the truth.
Well, you don't want to be abducted, so let's slow you down there. What you do want to do, because abductions are negative, what you want to do is find out who they are, ask questions. Are you a Christed energy? That's the most important thing. If they respond and say they are Christed energy, that's what you want to do. You do not want to be abducted by ETs. There are ETs that are low vibration that have abducted people for over 70 years. So my only lesson here I would teach you as you're getting involved, and you've done this for 4 years, you come to the right show, because I've been involved in this stuff for so long as a contact myself. You just want to ask them, are they Christed beings of light behind the lights and these orbs? Who are you? Where are you from? What star system? And ask that within your consciousness, not out loud, just like without speaking words, and then let them respond to you, and practice it like you were doing a meditation for 20 minutes. And if you do it that way, I'm very interested to see what happens in the future with you in terms of the response. It's all your approach. The approach is very different. It's very important.
And I get followed at night. No matter where I go, these things are off to the side of me, and they stay out in front a little bit, but they follow me everywhere. If I go to a grocery store, or if I go to my brother's house, to a friend's house, they go wherever I go. They sit there. They follow me back home, and I want to say, like, they can read minds basically.
Oh yeah.
Because whenever I see them on the monitor here, I'll grab the phone to go out or something, or if I'm outside and they're out, I want to go get the phone. By the time I get back, I think to myself, hopefully they don't run this time and hide or whatever, disappear. But sometimes they don't, sometimes they do. They know when you're looking at them. And that's a weird one. I started first noticing them out of my peripheral vision, driving and stuff. I'd see almost like a camera flash in the sky at night. and it's like they're focusing on you or something, or taking pictures. I'm not sure what it is. Like I say, it's been an interesting 4 years. I've got so much. Gosh, I've got hundreds of videos, thousands of pictures.
Wow.
Yes, I got a lot. I'm trying to pull up right now because earlier I was sitting here. I'm trying to recover an iPad right now.
Okay.
I was sitting here and I looked up at the screen, and there was 2 orbs in the sky. So I'm talking and trying to find them right now to see if I can give you a glimpse of these things.
Oh, that'd be really cool. And I just to let people know, where are you located around the planet?
I am in Michigan.
Michigan. Okay. Michigan has a lot of activity up there.
Yes, it does. Right here. I don't know if you can see that. There's one there.
Yeah. What is that? Yeah.
That's an orb of some sorts. It's on the backside of leaving or going dark right now. And something else just flickered right here a minute ago. But let me back it up because there were 2 of these. See these things darting around?
Yeah. What's that?
I can't tell you honestly. If I freeze it and try to slow-mo it, I might be able to see it. I've had what appears to be a flying fish in some of them. It's weird, and I've heard they've been called jellyfish or something.
Oh, the jellyfish ones, yeah.
I'm backing this up, so it's orbital.
Yeah. Now, are we looking at a live thing right now?
This was at 10:30 tonight.
Oh, 10:30 this evening. Wow.
Yes. Just, and here's something else too that's got me intrigued. I ain't figured out what the messages are yet, but these clouds have writing in them. I don't know if people can see it. You know, my brother says he can't see the stuff I see, but I see it, and it's like, how do you, like this tree here's got, this is a Chinese elm tree right here. This has got some sort of energy in it right here. I don't know what it is. The rest of the tree don't do it, but it's got energy, and images, faces appear in that tree right there. It's like I live on hallowed ground or something. I'm not sure.
Interesting. Very interesting.
You know, it's go ahead.
No, I was going to say, what I love about what you're doing is you spend 4 years with security cameras documenting what's happening here. And that's exactly, folks, what people need to do is to be able to document everything.
And before all the hype started up in New Jersey, in New York area, I had contacted the FAA 2 months prior because I was to a point I was feeling like I was tired of being harassed by these things following me. And I called the FAA and I said, "Do you guys not show anything on your radar right now?"
Right.
He says, "No, why?" I said, "Because I'm looking at one right now that's barely 75 feet in the air over the trees." Well, I said, "Yeah." And I tried sending pictures, and I set up a Google, one of them Google share folders.
Yeah.
With a link to it. 24 hours later, it was still trying to create the video or the folder.
Oh, wow.
It wouldn't go through.
Wow.
Yeah, see, here's that thing. He showed up earlier this evening. He was out here. It's some sort of translucent orb.
Yeah, translucent. It's some sort of an object.
Yep.
Unknown object.
Like a sphere. I was going to go for a walk outside real quick. See, I can show you a couple. I think they're out there still. They should be now that I'm talking about them.
If you want to go outside for a minute, absolutely. That'd be cool.
Yep. Let me get back so you guys can see me here. Flip.
And while he's doing that, you're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. My guest is Gen X in Michigan.
Oh, I was on a live the other night, 2 nights ago, with a lady that has a live called Be the Change, I think it is.
Oh, yeah. I'm familiar with that, yeah.
Wendy, she, when I went live with her, she's like real intrigued. She was live with me yesterday when I seen the orbs out here.
Oh, wow.
The chrome ones, like that one they have captured or got down in
Oh,
Mexico or
the Buga ones. There's like 5
yeah.
different ones that have been seen in different South American countries.
Yep. I got footage of one on the cameras last year. Was leaving the house and I walked out the door and for some reason something told me look in the sky. So I
Yeah.
look in the sky and there's this chrome sphere sitting up in the clouds, and then it was gone in the blink of an eye and back.
Wow.
So I looked at my watch, I timestamped my watch. When I got home, I pulled it up to see if the cameras caught it, which it did. So I got that documented. I've got what looks like one of them Tic Tac ones like they testified in Congress about.
Oh yeah, the ones they see on the Air Force radar
Yep.
detection devices. Yeah.
Yep. I've got that. She don't want to come out. I got footage of what I don't know what it was. Honestly, it was coming through like it entered into our dimension from another dimension. You can
wow.
see the air. You can see the air when this thing comes by the camera. It's got like a trail behind it, but it's like a cone behind it, like it came through a portal.
Oh wow.
I just seen something down low, but I don't know. The fireflies this year are a little off too. They're a little big for what they're supposed to be, and
Yeah.
they don't dart around no more. They just fly straight in real fast increments. It is dark, dark, dark tonight. Oh yeah, there's a triangle formation right above my head right now. I don't know if
now none of us can see that, even though you can see it. We can't see it here.
I'm trying to zoom it in, if I can. I don't know if it'll zoom or not. I'm trying. Let me see. Hold on. Let me find a light that I can zoom in.
Yeah.
My camera wants to keep jumping to the. Quit going to the effects page.
Right. While you're doing that, I'm gonna get some more water and keep talking.
Yep.
I'll be right back, folks. I'm
Not a
out
problem.
of liquid here. Yeah, no problem.
I'm gonna get my flashlight out, my good flashlight for pointing these things out to show you guys. I don't know, my zoom ain't working on this for whatever reason, but this is my good phone too. Yeah, there's 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. There's quite a few out. They're starting to show up now. The clouds are burning off. I don't know.
That's good.
Without being able to
the clouds are
zoom
burning off for sure. You know.
They'll disappear within a matter of like 3 seconds, like a switch turned off.
Yeah.
But all right, this is my good light I use to make communications with them.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah, it's got a mild beam on it, and it projects down to a very small beam. But I'll show you.
Oh, cool.
I'm just going to point out a triangle pattern here. All right, we got one right here. He's moving out of the light now. I put the light on him. He's right at the top of the tree. There's one there, and then there's one here where my light's at. And these things will drain, and then the third one is right over here, forming a triangle pattern. These things will drain batteries on the lights. If I sit here with this light on them long enough, within about a minute, this light will go. Oh, he's coming.
Wait a minute. Well, I see a lot of particle lights coming through the light, the flashlight.
I don't know if it'll show him or not. He's not very high up. All right, there's the tree. He's maybe 100 foot over that tree if he's lucky, sitting right over top of me. So you might get a chance to see if it'll come down any closer. And this is one of those. Are you familiar with the Merkabas or whatever they are?
Oh yeah, the Merkaba, yeah.
Yeah, when I first started seeing stuff, those are what I could find online. Because they flickered like a blue and green and red lights.
Yeah.
But these things here open up. They like expand and get really, 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 really big. So I don't know what they are. Now there's 2 of them there up there. There's other ones coming into it. That's why I say I do this, and I had one come from out back where these trees are out back over the field. It
Yeah.
literally came at me about 2 weeks ago. It's the first time I've ever been nervous or scared about one.
Yeah.
I just seen something light up back there too. And there's no deer out here tonight. That's what's funny.
Oh,
So,
wow.
oh, yep. No, there is deer out. That's what it was.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, I got deer, but no, there's one here still. They're out here. I've got video footage of the Big Dipper flying into location even.
Hmm.
Yeah, and there's no stars. The only thing out is these things right now. There's maybe 20 of them, but it's so dark
Yeah.
you can't see anything tonight. Other than them up in the sky. I wish my phone would zoom better.
Well, we're gonna have you on again. It's like
I
1
will
a.m. in the morning on the East Coast. I'd like
anytime
to
you
have you
want.
back on. Yeah,
I
definitely. We're on every night. Well, almost every night. I do take nights off, but tomorrow night I'm
okay.
on again, of course, at 11, and then Saturday night is our Ashtar Command night, where we have interactive Ashtar Command discussions about the space people and so forth. So you're always welcome, brother, on here for sure.
Hey, I appreciate it. I followed you. I sent the heart me. All right, this one is directly. Here's my face. Well, I got the phone backwards. My bad. This
Yeah.
one is. He's directly. I mean, directly over top of me.
Over top of
Straight
you.
up in the air.
And the thing is, even though we can't see anything, you're right there. You're looking at it, and even though we might not be able to see it, we know that
I
you're
wish
trying to
they'd light up.
document for us. Yeah, you know.
Normally they're a lot brighter, but then again, normally
Wow.
I'm not on the line with somebody that specializes in studying this stuff either.
Yeah, that's
I'm
true.
just an amateur.
Well, you're doing pretty good for an amateur. Just the most
They're
important thing
all
is
they're all coming close now. That one just shot
always
around.
always talk to them telepathically and ask them if they are Christed conscious intelligences and see what they tell you.
Okay.
That's really important.
Christed
Yeah,
consciousness.
Christed beings of light. So you want to find out if they're Christed beings of light, and
I
ask
got
them
you.
if they are Christed beings of light, then keep communicating with them. If they haven't done anything negative to you, but you still want to make sure they're who they say they are.
I just seen something in the dark between me and that light on that barn right there, moving around, like darting around down here, like one's on the ground or something. Oh, hey.
Now, are there cows out there where you are? You're on a farm area, correct?
Horses.
Horses. Okay, cool.
Yep. There
Cool.
are cows. There's cows about, roughly 3 miles down the road from here. A big black
Okay.
Angus farm.
Oh wow.
And they say that's they what do you want to call sample on it or experiment on
Yeah.
them supposedly.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Someone asked me what is Christed beings of light. Christed beings of light, or if you were dealing with a space being and they say I'm a Christed being of light, that means they are a light being. They are positive. If they say they're not Christed beings of light, then they're most likely negative. Someone was just asking me that question.
I got you. Yeah, there's a bunch coming out. Oh, here. You might be able to see that one now. He just lit up. He's like I don't know if it's showing or not. He's directly over top me, but he's glowing brighter now.
Oh wow.
He is right there. Now he's jumping around. They don't like the light. And
Well, I'll tell you, brother.
They look like fish swimming in water almost the way they move.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like they're almost like they're doing the breaststroke or something.
Now, do you have video Gen X on your page, on your main page?
Yes, I do. I've got actually. This is my secondary page. I've got a main page too. Let me flip my camera back around and I'll be right. I'm gonna get back in some light where you can see me. There we go. This is my backup page actually, but I've got video on this one, and then my other one is at Starfire Transport. It was my trucking company. And that one, my username is AlleyCat only. That was my CB handle.
Okay, I got you.
So this one here, Gen X AlleyCat, that way, because I had a different name for it, and people thought I was talking about drinking or something like that. Because I call everyone Gen X-aholics that follow me. They're my team, you know. But it was confusing, so I went with just Gen X AlleyCat. So, but yeah, anytime you're on that, I can have some, that I've got activity going on, I'll gladly come on and
Yeah, we'll bring it up.
share
We love when
anything.
people have, when you have the activity, this is the place to come and share that activity with all of us. So yeah, absolutely. We appreciate that.
I'm just waiting for
All
the
right,
men in
man.
black to show up on me.
No, we don't want them. You don't want the men in black to show up. We're going to have to
No,
help
no, I
you out
don't.
here. Not,
I don't.
we'll help you out here on what not to look for.
Right.
Hey, Gen X, thanks, brother, for being here. All right.
Hey, I
We're
appreciate
going
you
to
guys
have,
having me on.
yeah, absolutely. And I'm following you as a friend of the show. We appreciate, and definitely thanks for being here, man. I appreciate you
Thank
very
you.
much. I
And
thank you.
I'll try and catch you again tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll be here 11 o'clock Eastern, unless something weird happens. But there you go. So it's now 1:05 in the morning, and it is time to say goodnight to everybody. It's been a great show. You've been all great people, a lot of great questions from the audience over the during the night. We'll be out tomorrow night at 11. And good night, everybody. I love you all. Thanks for following us. We'll see you later. Keep your eyes to the skies and bust the matrix.